Since we're smack dab in the midst of fuck season, I want to talk about casual sex.
Mitch, the expert. Yeah, bitches!
Fuck season is a phenomenon that I recognized a few years back, wherein during the summer months, I say from about the Friday after Easter until about November 1st, people break up and go hog wild and fuck dudes like me because they're out of relationships. See, from November 1st until about Easter, there's a lot of holidays. You've got Thanksgiving and Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's, Valentine's Day, Easter. There's a lot of holidays out there. And during those times, people come together and they celebrate ritual and they celebrate each other and family and love and exchange presents. It's also likely during those 6 months or so that somebody, one or two, if not both parties, are going to have a birthday. And so that'll bring you together. And people love ritual because it brings them closer and gives them a reason to celebrate. Which is why I love all holidays, because it gives you a chance to break free from your normal day-to-day boring fuck life and go, hey, there's people around I like spending time with, and I rarely ever see them. During the summer months, that doesn't happen. People get bored and realize that whoever they're with sucks. They break up with them, and then they kind of miss intimacy, and it's summertime, and everybody's toned down to go on the beach, and sex is going on, and there's heat, and everybody's sweating, and sex happens. I call that fuck season. Conveniently, it ends November 1st, because as we all know, Halloween is the sexiest holiday of the year, where everybody sluts it up and gets on their best bustier, and puts it all out there, trying to hook up with a mate that they can brave the winter months with. I'm telling you, this theory is airtight. Now, because I'm usually the single one amongst my friends, these are the periods of months where my friends break up with each other and then they come to me for advice or just to hang out. And it's exciting for me because, well, not much in my life changes in these months. I'm not suddenly single, but I do get to see my friends more often because they finally done with the person who was taking up all their fucking time, and then they come to me and admit all the things I was trying to tell them during the months they were with that person. It was no good for them. At any rate, they ask all sorts of questions about why I stay single, like as if there's something wrong with me. And I say, I'm just much better as a single person. I'm a better friend. I'm just a better person. I'm happier single. I really am. I'm not very good at relationships. And I think you gotta stick to what you're good at. So I do. I was having a discussion online on the godsgirls.com forums, and a girl had said that she hadn't had sex in a while, and she didn't want to have sex with someone who the next week would end up sleeping with a whole bunch of other women. And I said, well, why the fuck does that matter? And another member came along and illuminated the path for me that perhaps what was at stake is that some people have a sort of Venn diagram look at it, and they're hoping that their complicated Venn diagram of, oh, well, we share this in common and we share that common and all these other things come together, and that's why one would sleep with somebody else. Whereas what they think, or what they're suggesting someone like myself does, is a Venn diagram that pretty much says these are the genitals that match what I'm looking for, and they have a pulse, and therefore I'll sleep with them. And I said, okay, that makes sense, but that's a binary situation. Allow me to illuminate an alternate path. The problem is, with a scenario like that, you're requiring somebody to not only fill all the things that you require in the friend column, but now you're asking them to fill all these other things that you have in the intimacy column that could stretch far and wide. And then you're putting a lot of pressure on somebody to perform to some expectation they don't even know about. And frankly, you can't even probably write it down if you tried. And so at some point you compromise one or more of those things that you really like about people, and you end up in a relationship because you sort of lack human intimacy and you sort of need it because we're humans and we like that kind of thing. And that's how people end up in shitty relationships that don't fucking work, is because they just can't have sex with somebody who they're not in an ultimate relationship with, and they fuck themselves up. And that's no good for anybody. So I've found another way. You see, in my world, I have a whole shitload of columns. And I don't even have a fucking name for all the columns because it doesn't goddamn matter. If you're an enemy, you're an enemy. Fuck it, don't care. If you're a friend, cool. There's any number of reasons why you might be a friend. And frankly, the most common one is just that you entertain me. And if you entertain me, cool, we can hang out and have a good time. And maybe you'll give me new insights, and maybe I'll give you new insights, and we'll have a good time. But if you're also attractive, and you're attracted to me, then it's possible someday we might have sex. And if we have good sex, but maybe we don't match in every possible fucking way, and we differ on some various things. Psychotic people will fuck your brains out. That's not the end of the fucking world. We can still hang out. I have friends that I've been friends with for years, and we had sex a long, long time ago, and we barely even remember, but we kind of laugh about it. But now we're really good friends. And then I have other ones that just things didn't work out, and we went separate paths, and who gives a shit, because we were just sharing a fun time together. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And moreover, I'm not compromising any part of my goals. There's a place for everybody in my world, so long as they don't fucking suck. However, I don't want to be exclusive to anybody, because to me that's constricting in my life, and I don't want to be constricted by people. My friends don't care who I fuck. I can't say the same about girlfriends I've had. When you're putting things into some binary black and white, it has to be this or it has to be that situation, you're only fucking yourself over. If the reason you're doing it, by the way, is because you're worried about the judgment of other people, like women who worry that somebody might call them a slut, who gives a fuck what some jackass thinks? And men, stop calling women sluts for doing the same shit that you wish you were fucking doing. It doesn't make them slutty just because they like to have casual fun. And fuck anybody who's gonna judge you. Not literally fuck them, they don't deserve a fuck. They can go fuck themselves. To hell with all of them. And don't go judging me for the same fucking thing, just because I like to have casual fun with people, and I respect them and have a good time. And there ain't nothing goddamn wrong with that. But the problem is that when you try to force people into shit that they're just not comfortable with, you're going to have bad results. Do you see that? Look, my solution might not be perfect, but I'm perfectly comfortable with it, and I'm happy with myself, and I'm happy with my life. And I think maybe you'd be happy too, and probably get more sex if you just, realize that not everybody is going to fit your ideal definition of whatever you want in your life, and maybe there's room for other things. That's my point.
Mitch, the expert. Yeah, bitches!
I'm Mitch the expert. Send me your questions and I'll break it down.